Let's move Gilbert's tractor over here out of the way, back this trailer up in here, and we'll do this trailer. Still waiting on parts to come in for old Blue here. So the top side looks pretty terrible, right? And when I was doing the wiring on the trailer, I could tell the bottom side looked pretty good. And the wood was decent all the way through, and that's why I never really changed it. It seemed like it was good enough for the tractor and the Bobcat. But when I hauled down a forklift from Gilbert, it busted right through here. So that's really the only reason I'm changing it. And I will add this. I kind of like this trailer looking like a piece a little bit, because nobody wants to mess with it. Nobody would probably steal it. But inside, it's got brand new wheel bearings, brand new seals, brand new tires, brand new wiring. It's built really, really well. So I'm kind of torn if I want to throw some paint on it or not. I might. All right, so what I'm hoping to do here is take the carriage bolts out across here and then pry the wood up and break the wood where the carriage bolts are at right now. May not work, but let's try it on this board here. And that's not going to work. I'm going to keep taking these carriage bolts off all the way down. Okay, so I got all this stuff off here, got it cleaned off pretty good, but there are a couple of things that I'm going to decide to go ahead and address right now. Now, one of them is these center angle irons. You can see how those metal ones are bent down. I'm going to try and bend those up, and I need to fix this fender right here. Oh, and also I'm going to put a couple of jacks down here at the back, one on each side, because sometimes when I'm loading that Bobcat on here, and really in the tractor too, it tries to lift the back of the truck up somewhat, but looking at video of me loading the Bobcat, it is just boring down on the back of this trailer, and I don't want that to happen. So let's get started. That'll work. Well, so that straightened up a little bit. I'm going to do a little on that middle one. I just don't know if the juice is worth a squeeze, because that's weakened right there. Heavy in the middle, it's probably still going to bend down, but I'm going to try to bend that centerpiece up a little bit, and then we're done with this. So I'd say that looks pretty dang good. Now I know what you're thinking. I did not paint it. I didn't. You know, it kind of has a rat rod look to it, right? And again, it's not, I don't think it looks too bad. Any rate, I'm gonna blow it off real quick, and then I'm gonna roll on some, what is that, boiled linseed oil. So let's get busy with that. All right, cool, that looks pretty good. That's one coat of that linseed oil, and I'm going to put 2 coats on it. Let this one set in a little bit, and then she'll be ready to use. So let's see, the linseed oil was $8 a quart. I'll put that 3rd quart on there, that's 32 bucks in linseed oil. The wood was 120 bucks or so for all 7 pieces. Okay, so that'll finish that off, and now I'm going to clean up. And the parts came in for the Ford, so we're gonna start on that next. Okay, so all this stuff came in now for the Ford. I ordered it all from Essex. They're in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. There are places here local in Fort Worth that I could buy this stuff from, and but I like buying from Essex. I watch their YouTube channel. Neil has a channel for them, and they talk about tractor implements and all kinds of good stuff. If you haven't seen it, you should check out Messic's YouTube channel.
The windshield on the skid loader did something stupid while I was out here demoing a new implement. Today we're going to talk about exactly what I did here, how it could have been prevented, and the steps that it's going to take to get this fixed.
Essex, a helping hand with your land.
So I ordered the stuff online on a Sunday, and Monday I had an issue trying to figure out which one of these tie rod boots that I needed. When I called, the salesman helped me out with it, and he said I should go ahead and order it online since I already had it in a cart. I said, hey, can I get you to, how do I get a couple of stickers? And he says, well, just there's a place to put a comment in there, and you should ask for a calendar too. And I thought, well, that's great. I bet it's going to be a nice calendar. So I put on here, could you please throw a calendar in and some Essex stickers by chance? So all the stuff came in like 2 days later, and here's what I got. The front wheel seals, they're right here at $47.58 each. I checked around everywhere, and they were, Essex was actually a little less expensive than everyone on those, so that's $200 worth of seals. And the power steering ram kit right here was $96.56, and come to find out that's really a good price on those because all these ram seals are super expensive. So we're good with that. And then the tie rod boots, they were a whopping $2.92 each. That's a bargain. When the stuff came in, I was super disappointed to see that there was no calendar and no stickers to throw on my tractor. And I messaged Essex. And you know what? Neil messaged me back on Facebook and asked for my address so he could send me some stickers right in the calendar. Well, here's what that old super nice guy sent me. He sent me 2 calendars. That'll be really nice. I can take one out to Perrin, and I can put one here at the house. He sent me a couple of good old stickers right here. Some air freshener. He sent a couple of little notepads. Sent some pins. Some keychains. So how nice is that? That is super nice. Oh, Neil. Oh, and one more thing that he sent here real quick is he sent a real nice hat. And you know, it's funny, Neil even signed it. I love it. That's great stuff right there. All right, thanks, Neil. I appreciate it. Now let's get all this stuff put together. So just trying to sort out some of these parts. That's the sweeper right there. That's going to be up inside of here. The seal inside of that. This outside seal. These are really close in size. This one's a little bigger. That probably goes here. So we'll do that in a minute. Since this is a metal clad seal, I'm going to try to pry it out like this. So it might. We'll see in a second. Boy, it sure would be easy to mess that up, wouldn't it? Oh, I see. You can't even hardly see that. Check this out, guys. All right. Clean this wiper up and we'll put a little silicone on it. What kind of meat do they put in it?
I got in that car today.
Are you gonna sell it?
I looked it up on Etsy. Now, I could know. But yeah.
Perfect. So I'm underneath it putting that hydraulic ram back on, and I noticed the belt, and boy, it's in sorry shape. So let's take that off real quick, see if we can find one. Nice. A36.5. That's a nice tight seal right there. Put a little touch of 80-90 weight in there so it's just not dry. The collar goes right in here. It's two pieces, and it's kind of cut a certain way. It'll only go one direction, like that. And that fits up into this little groove. Now there was no gasket on here, so I'm going to put a light coat of silicone on it. Okay, so I bet you were thinking I didn't put enough silicone on there, but the light amount that I put, look where it squoze out all the way around. So that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to wipe that off and move on to the seal on top. Top passenger. Looks identical. the only one of these that came with any instructions was this like non-branded. The CHI had nothing in it, so I put the seals back in like it was, or like I thought it would be. This one here says it's a new design and the steel part goes out. I didn't put that way on the other ones. So I hope that's not a problem. We'll see. What's the worst case scenario? I gotta take it back apart again, spend another $200 on seals. Pretty crazy. This one came out like this, and they want you to put this one in like this. Be careful, since the mounting direction of the new type seal has changed to new one from that of conventional ones. Mount the part so that the iron sheet faces the outer muddy water side. Okay, so another thing I noticed while I was taking this alternator belt off here to replace it, I noticed how this hose is in pretty bad shape, and the uppers and the lower down here are probably about the same. That's the only real rubber I have on this thing. So I ordered some of those. They'll be here in a couple of days. I'm going to go ahead and take these, drain the fluid out, and go ahead and take these off of here real quick. All right, so I got everything that we need, upper hoses, lower hoses, and a little bypass hose. I think I'm going to reuse these old hose clamps. I do keep a bunch of the regular clamps in stock, but these are kind of old school. I'm going to put them back on. They're kind of neat. I got the belt already, got it on Amazon. I'm going to use this final charge that Peak makes for heavy duty diesel engines type stuff. Wally World didn't have anything but a 50-50 already diluted, so I'm going to take some distilled water, kind of rush it through there in the block, and then top it off with this final charge. So let's get started. We'll put a little of this 50-50 in there until we see it just starting to come out of the bottom of that water pump. There it is. Know what to do about that valve. I don't think it's the pump. I don't think, and it might be that bypass valve because it won't even lift the front end up off the ground. You know, we'll just deal with it for right now. Those valves, to get a valve just like that one is That dual spool valve is about $900, and it works. Not very good, but it works. I think that's going to take care of this one for right now. Got all that stuff fixed, and we appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you out in Perry.